Welcome to Artists and Creators. Today, we delve into the life of Vincent van Gogh, the troubled genius of color. Imagine a man who saw the world, not just in colors, but in emotions. A man whose every brushstroke was a cry from the soul. This is the story of Vincent van Gogh, an artist whose brilliance was matched only by his turmoil. A man who, in his short life, painted over 2,000 artworks, yet sold almost none. Let's travel back to 1853, in a small village in the Netherlands, where Vincent Willem van Gogh was born. As a child, he was serious, quiet, and thoughtful. He wasn't the prodigy you might imagine. In fact, his journey into art began much later. His early years were a search for purpose. He tried being an art dealer, a teacher, and even a lay preacher among coal miners in Belgium. It was there, amidst the poverty and hardship, that he first felt the pull to capture the raw humanity around him. He started sketching the miners, their faces etched with toil. His early works, like the Potato Eaters, were dark, earthy, and starkly realistic. They weren't beautiful in a conventional sense, but they were incredibly powerful, showing a deep empathy for the working class. This period was tough. Vincent was poor, often surviving on bread and coffee, pouring what little money he had into art supplies. His most vital lifeline was his younger brother, Theo. Theo was more than a brother. He was Vincent's confidant, his financial support, and his unwavering believer. Their correspondence, over 600 letters, gives us an intimate window into Vincent's mind. He wrote, "I want to touch people with my art. I want them to say he feels deeply, he feels tenderly." These letters reveal a man of incredible intellect, passion, and vulnerability, constantly battling self-doubt. Feeling creatively stifled, Vincent moved to Paris in 1886. The city was a revelation. He met Impressionist painters like Monet and Pissarro, and his world exploded with color. The dark, somber tones of his Dutch period vanished, replaced by a brighter, more vibrant palette. He experimented with new techniques, his brushwork becoming more energetic. Paris was a crucial turning point, a school where he absorbed new ideas and began to find his unique voice. But the bustling city life also took its toll on his fragile mental state. Seeking tranquility and a new quality of light, Vincent moved south in 1888 to Arles, in the sunny region of Provence, France. This was perhaps the most productive and iconic period of his life. He was enchanted by the southern sun, the vibrant landscapes, and the simple life. He dreamed of starting an artist's colony, a studio of the south, where painters could live and work together. He painted furiously, sometimes completing a canvas in a single day. It was here he created some of his most famous works, the Sunflowers series, radiant with yellows that symbolized happiness and gratitude, the Yellow House, his home and studio, and the bedroom in Arles, a simple room depicted with a sense of peace he so desperately craved. His dream of an artist community briefly came to life when Paul Gauguin, another post-impressionist painter, came to stay with him. Initially, it was a time of intense artistic exchange. They debated, they painted, they challenged each other, but their personalities clashed dramatically. Vincent was volatile and passionate. Gauguin was arrogant and domineering. The tension mounted, culminating in the infamous incident in December 1888. After a heated argument, a distraught Vincent cut off a part of his own left ear. The exact details are still debated, but this act marked a severe mental breakdown. Gauguin left, and Vincent was hospitalized. His mental health became a recurring struggle. He voluntarily admitted himself to the St. Paul de Moselle Asylum in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence. Yet, even within the asylum walls, his creative fire could not be extinguished. In fact, his art reached new heights of emotional intensity. Looking out his barred window, he painted what would become his most legendary masterpiece, the Starry Night. It's a swirling, celestial dreamscape, a vortex of cosmic energy and deep emotion. The cypress tree in the foreground, often a symbol of death and eternity, reaches for the heavens. The painting is a testament to his turbulent inner world, a beautiful and haunting expression of his longing for the infinite. During this time, he also painted irises and numerous views of the asylum's garden, finding beauty even in his confinement. After a year in the asylum, Vincent moved to Auvers-sur-Oise, a village near Paris, to be under the care of Dr. Paul Gachet, a physician and art lover. For a while, things seemed to be looking up. He felt a sense of calm and his productivity was astonishing. In just over 2 months, he painted around 70 canvases. including Portrait of Dr. Gatchett and Wheatfield with Crows. The latter is often seen as a premonition of his death. The vast, stormy sky, the diverging paths, and the flock of crows create a powerful sense of foreboding and desolation. On July 27, 1890, Vincent van Gogh went out into a wheat field and shot himself in the chest. He staggered back to his room, where he died 2 days later in the arms of his beloved brother, Theo. His last words were reportedly, "The sadness will last forever." He was only 37 years old. Tragically, Theo, heartbroken and suffering from illness himself, died just 6 months later and was buried beside his brother. During his lifetime, Vincent was a commercial failure. He was seen as an eccentric, a madman whose art was too raw, too strange. But after his death, his legacy began to grow, largely thanks to the efforts of Theo's widow, Johanna van Gogh. She dedicated her life to promoting Vincent's work, publishing his letters and organizing exhibitions. The world slowly began to see what Theo had seen all along, the genius behind the struggle. Today, Vincent van Gogh is a giant of art history. His paintings sell for hundreds of millions of dollars. His exhibitions draw massive crowds. His life story has inspired books, films, and songs. He taught us that art could be more than just a depiction of reality. It could be a raw, honest expression of the human heart. His vibrant colors and passionate brushstrokes communicate joy, pain, hope, and despair in a way that words never could. He saw the world with an intensity that few of us can imagine, and through his art, he allows us to see it too. His life was a tragedy, but his art is a triumphant celebration of the enduring power of the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Vincent van Gogh. If you found this story as moving as we do, please hit that like button, subscribe to Artists and Creators, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the lives of the world's most fascinating creative minds. See you next time.